Sergeant Michael A. Kinne. I'm a scout observer for artillery. I'm from Neenah, Wisconsin. I was actually going to take a different path, but obviously the whole 9/11 thing happened, and then I had a buddy that was going to see the recruiter one day, and I decided I'd tag along. And on the trip there, pretty much said, hey, I'm going to try it out. And things just went from there. Well, there's two portions of it. The one portion is what most of the junior Marines actually do, where they go out with the units, go ahead up into OPs and locate targets, call them in, and hopefully destroy them. The part that I actually do now is monitoring all the units and monitoring all the indirect fire assets to make sure that if we do shoot, we don't hurt any of the friendly guys. Obviously, making sure that everything is coordinated to get the rounds on target. My first duty station was, I was attached to Gulf 210 over in Lejeune. I was there for a few years. I deployed with 1-6 in 2004 to Afghanistan. I actually ended up on an OP down in Fob Payne, but right before they named it Fob Payne. After that deployment, I went to Iraq with 1-2. I came back from that. I had just re-enlisted. Came over to Camp Pendleton. I got attached to 211 and ended up going to Okinawa for a year. Came back, went to a transition team, and ended up on the Jordanian border in Iraq. Came back from that and started getting ready to come over here with RCT-5. On my personal take, I think it's very important what we do. I understand that we use more air than artillery assets nowadays, but it's important that we're there as a liaison to the ground commander so that we can actually tell them, you know, these are our capabilities, this is what we can do, so we can sell it to them, because air is not the only thing that we have. We can also coordinate with air to make sure that we don't shoot them down, and making sure, once again, that, you know, all the ground units are taken care of as well. It actually started when I was younger. I was one of Ninja Turtles. My parents didn't want me to have any. I remember they actually told me when I was in first grade I couldn't have them until I turned 18. So, you know, little kid, I'm sitting here thinking, all right, 18. So started counting down the days. I never understood why Batman was okay, but the Ninja Turtles weren't. But I ended up with a Batmobile, just, you know, the older style. Had a little, you pulled on the shifter and 2 torpedoes came out. Batman figurine. And they were my 2 favorite toys. And just went on with that. I used to watch the original series. Animated series came out. I came home. There's 2 sisters at the time. And nobody came in the room unless they wanted to watch Batman. So there's Batman Superman and then Batman right after. I had a good time. Read comic books when I could. Parents didn't really like the idea of comic books. They liked us being outdoors more. So we had a lot of toys and stuff with 5 kids later on in the house. It's actually dress up sets, stuff like that. Wouldn't you know it, there's a black cape in there. But that one lasted until we were trying to play on the bat cycles, and the cape caught in the chain. Never wore it after. But even then, it was just a liking. It wasn't really an obsession. Grew up, started, you know, getting into the Marine Corps and everything. I met my wife, and she knew that I really liked Batman by that time, and it actually started with the belt buckle that I have. And she went and bought that for me as a gift. So I kept, you know, playing around with, you know, I love this bat buckle, going around showing everybody I'm Batman, stuff like that. I got home, and she had gotten home before I had, and I told her, you know, this is great and everything. So is mommy gonna pack me lunches when I go to work? She whipped out Batman lunchbox. And I thought, you know, everybody's gonna make fun of me, but it's a pretty cool lunchbox. I'm gonna take it to work. Go to work. Dude, that's an awesome lunchbox. It was great. After that, it just kind of exploded, especially after my son was born. We sat, you know, we'd go through the mall and everything like that, find little, you know, articles of clothing for him and everything, get ready for him when he gets older. Stopped at Old Navy. It's like Batman shirt central, so we went and picked up every one we could find. So he had Packers, one Patriots jersey from mother-in-law that got lost real quick, and a bunch of Batman shirts. Well, clothes for Dad followed in suit because Mom went and bought them. So I've got 4 different Batman shirts, 2 sweatshirts now. She went and joked around about a pair of boxers. The one she recently bought, she actually just sent me a picture of, is the actual old suit. It's got the little belt around the sides and the hoodie comes over with the ears up top. She bought me the patch that I have. That was actually in the picture that Kajampa took for EMV. Most of the stuff, actually, if I had anybody I had to blame on the obsession, it'd be her. So. It's kind of weird because, I mean, you think about it, women and a geeky obsession don't usually mix, but since she kind of turned me on to it, it actually works out pretty well. The blanket that I have on my bed, she made, just because she wanted me to go away with something that she made, but at the same time was idealistic to everything else. It was also kind of a joke because we were told that we might want to think about bringing sheets out. We didn't want to spend any more money than we had, so I went and looked to see what sheets there were. I had a choice of SpongeBob or Batman. Which one do you think I was going to take? So it worked out perfectly. I also have another blanket coming in the mail because I told her it was cold. I didn't even have to ask for it. All of a sudden, bam, I got a queen-size black mink blanket coming out with a bat symbol in the middle. So honestly, I think it's just one of those extra things for us to talk about. We'd be best friends and husband and wife either way, but it just adds for her, you know, something for her to laugh at and give me a stupid grin. So.